Hello, dear friends. No global financial reset would be successful if people panicked. That's why everything is being done with the utmost discretion, smoothing over alarming events. Smoothly, you are killing me, you are destroying my heart, as the song goes. Opinion piece. Mental revolution. New timeline. Touch passing. Strategic reset. Not allowed boom. Collective waiting. Silent configuration. Unexpected changes. Nobody wants chaos. Polite disconnections. Stealth financial reset. Monetary sovereignty. Uranus enters Gemini. Parallel infrastructure. Smoothing over events. Monetary realignment. Synchronized divergence. Let's start. A time shift is a divergence in the trajectory of events. A mental revolution and an era of unexpected changes have begun. The entry of Uranus into Gemini inaugurates an era of mental, technological and social revolution, inviting humankind to reinvent the way it thinks, learns and connects with others. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces will be the most affected signs. On Monday, July 7th, 2025, Uranus entered Gemini for the first time since 1942, making the beginning of a cycle that will extend until May 2033. It begins an 8-year transit that will bring a wave of revelation, innovation, and also a good dose of chaos. This is the beginning of a new era that will completely transform our way of thinking, speaking, learning, and relating to the world around us. This astrological transit is considered one of the most significant of the year and the decade, as Uranus is the planet linked to radical changes, technological innovation and revolutions in the way we think and communicate. On November 7th, 2025, Uranus goes retrograde and temporarily returns to Taurus, and on April 25th, 2026, Uranus returns permanently to Gemini until May 2023. Meaning, what does Uranus in Gemini mean? Innovation in communication and technology. Disruptive advances are expected in media, social media, education and transportation, especially land-based. Mental and social revolution. Uranus in Gemini drives the breakdown of limiting mental structures, encourages independent thinking, and accelerates the circulation of unexpected ideas and news. Collective and individual transformations. This transit invites us to question the established order, open ourselves to new ways of learning, communicating and relating, and promotes adaptability to sudden changes. Impact on education and networks. An evolution in learning methods and the quality of the information we consume is expected, with technologies such as augmented reality and neural interfaces gaining prominence. We are on the verge of a communications revolution that will rewrite the rules of thought, technology and connection. When the planet of shock enters the hypersocial sign of intellect disruption and radical innovation, information and communication, one thing is certain: our thoughts, ideas and everyday conversations are about to become strange in the most revolutionary way. A strategic reset. Quiet financial reset. A new financial language is emerging that transforms the way value is exchanged. This language is the ISO 20022 standard, which enables central banks, sovereign states, and financial institutions to redesign the way value moves. It is a silent, technical, and largely unnoticed language by the public. However, it is shaping the future of money according to Miles Harris. This is a strategic and smooth reset despite appearances, according to Nordica. Operation Sandman Operation is a silent setup that is undoing the old system step by step. It's not a resounding explosion. Rather, it has been a sequence of polite disconnections. Central banks are quietly dumping treasury bonds, BRICS plus countries are swapping oil for gold, and global trade is being diverted from the SWIFT system via new asset-backed digital rails that are being quietly tested. According to Nordica, the tariffs are an official cover-up measure to break the globalist trade entanglements tied to fiat currencies. By making it economically inconvenient to remain tied to the dollar, you are indirectly accelerating the dollarization, which is exactly what the BRICS want. This gives the impression of a conflict, but in reality it would be a synchronized divergence, like two wrestlers throwing punches and then going out to lunch together. Trojan horse. The Trojan horse would be the expansion of the BRICS to create a parallel infrastructure. It's not just about getting rid of the fiat dollar, but also about creating a parallel protected space that works better. This expansion to over 20 members now makes them dominant in global trade. They have created alternative settlement routes, banks, and now even tokenized trade instruments. They are doing what the IMF said they would never achieve, forming a monetary coalition based on trust and backed by values. And yet, no one wants chaos, because that would hurt everyone's business. So, instead of an explosion, they are planning a quiet exit, with no shoes and dimmed lights. The genius move is controlled chaos through apparent conflict to create a narrative smokescreen. They are punishing the BRICS while they are adapting to the same new digital financial architecture, a kabuki theater of monetary realignment. Peace of mind. Let's be frank, no global financial reset would be successful if people panicked. No revaluation would ever be allowed unless it was fail-safe with liquidity, security, and technology. A return to sound currency will not be possible without massive acceptance and a behavioral readjustment. The existing financial chaos justifies a global financial reset, but it's about avoiding alarming events as much as possible by smoothing out events such as bank failures, market crashes, inflationary panics, and so on. And what seems like punishment, such as tariffs, restrictions, and trade frictions, would actually be the path to a new layer of value, in which power is decentralized. Currencies are backed by assets, and we, the people, are no longer the ones paying for the mistakes of central banking. What we are seeing now is the US playing the role of bad cop while changing the monetary landscape from within. The BRICS play with their rebellious genius while building parallel superstructures. Supercomputers harmonize the chaos, ensuring that liquidity models don't implode, and the financial reset mechanism patiently waits for the starting signal with 88% readiness, a calm frequency, and a ledger change. What looks like a tariff war is actually a passing of the torch. What looks like de-dollarization is actually rehumanization. And Sandman Operation has been humming lullabies to the old system for years. The rest of us just need to stay flexible, consistent, and equipped with snacks until the transfer finished loading. Transformation. Lionsgate 2025. From July 26th to August 12th, the emergence of new human beings is celebrated. Homo Galacticus and Homo Angelicus, according to Archangel Michael, through Theliaphen. The Golden Gate by Natalia Alba. During July and August, we are going through a decisive passage that will help us conclude the reconnection process that began last year and which many of you are already completing. New timeline. Carrie Kay discusses the concept of opening and closing timelines, referring to a period of collective waiting and anticipation for a major change expected in 2025, which will influence the trajectory of the timeline until 2032. The Earth is undergoing a massive reconfiguration and cleansing through the violet ray, removing many artificial insertions in new locations. According to Natalia Alba, we are entering a phase of planetary anchoring, expansion of the new Earth, and stabilization. Economy. Trump just signed his big and beautiful bill, which could trigger the final phase of the financial reset with massive tax cuts. While the media was trumpeting tax cuts, the first stage of GSERA was quietly activated, ending debt slavery. X22 report. The global economic system is under pressure from the new regime. Global economic growth is about to deteriorate. The globalist system as we know it today will cease to exist. The EU and Canada are in panic, trapped in tariffs. According to Benjamin Fulford, President Trump is demanding the immediate resignation or removal of Jerome Powell for lying to Congress and greenlighting a $2.5 trillion Versailles-style palace for the Federal Reserve. According to Charlie Ward, the global financial reset is not coming. It is being triggered right now. The GSERA program has been activated and the DuckSide network is collapsing. A classified operation has dismantled decades of elite control through a massive override of the old system. The QFS with 1955 fixed prices, rainbow treasury bonds, and birth certificate reparations for every citizen are being implemented. Blockchain elections will replace all reached democratic systems with quantum-powered voting systems based on Starlink-secured networks. This isn't politics, but a silent operation where the tax side loses everything. The mother of all bombs is the global financial reset, backed by precious metals with ISO 20022 currencies in circulation. This isn't speculation, it's deployment. You were born for this moment. Don't miss what's coming. The countdown has begun. A new gold standard is coming. The BRICS countries are proposing a new trade currency to reduce dependence on the dollar. Malaysia's Prime Minister is talking about monetary sovereignty, also known as gold. China, Russia, and Brazil want a new dollar-free payment system. Chinese media are promoting physical retail purchases of silver. Deep in the Austrian Alps, a silver empire was born. It powered the Holy Roman Empire. shaped European wealth and laid the foundation for the modern monetary system. Breaking news. General Flynn demands Trump make mass arrests. A truckload of Epstein files was delivered to Pam Bondi. The Pentagon is parsing Elon Musk's defeat, according to David Lifschultz. Generation Zeta church attendance has quadrupled in the UK, reversing the declining trend in Christian affiliation. Young people say Christianity provides answers they can't find anywhere else. The US eliminates temporary protected status for Honduras, which prevents the deportation of the Honduran population. The president of Bolivia advocates for decoupling the BRICS from the dollar with a local currency mechanism. For the first time in history, a significant reversal of the Southern Ocean current has been detected. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.